Hey there guys, I hope you guys are having a great day today, and just as a quick reminder, all the videos on this channel are not made for children. Viewer discretion is advised. Alright guys, today we'll be looking at Playmates' new Power Ranger figures. These ones right here are going to be based on the Godzilla vs. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comic book series. And as you can see, we have the red one, the green one, and the blue one. Now what's really nice is that on the back of the box, you do get this really cool artwork. They're pretty much the same on all three boxes, but later on this year we will be getting the Yellow Ranger, the Pink Ranger, and the Black Ranger. I just don't know when, unfortunately. Now when it comes to accessories, he does come with this power coin, and this one is for Godzilla, so this is the Green Ranger one. Now technically it's actually a stand. I would have preferred if it was just a power coin because I would have loved to display these. And of course, here's the Blue Ranger one. And the Red Ranger one. Now when it comes to the weapons, they are color coded, so here's the Blue Rangers. They also come with the sidearms and they're also color coded. Here's the Red Rangers. The Red Ranger's sidearms. And the Green Ranger comes with the Sword of Darkness. Now this one they actually did give a little bit more paint, as you can see, with the gold and the white and the red. Not to mention all the silver, so that looks pretty nice. But when it comes to his sidearms, they're just the standard color-coded weapons, as you can see with the green and the white. And here's the artwork from the front. Here's the one on the back. And here's the one on the side. And of course, here's what they all look like together. Now personally, I'm suffering from Mighty Morphin fatigue. If I wasn't trying to be a toy reviewer, I probably would have waited until they got like a discount. But to be perfectly honest, these figures are $15 and they're definitely worth the price. For 15 bucks, you're definitely getting your money's worth here. These figures are really solid. Now, if you're wondering how these figures scale next to some other figures that came in the past, here is Hasbro's 35th anniversary basic figure. Here is their Lightning Collection remastered Green Ranger. And lastly, here is Playmates Godzilla Green Ranger. And as you can see, he's easily the shortest one. Personally, I wish that he was a little bit bigger to match the basic figure that Hasbro made. And keep in mind that the remastered figure, this guy was 30 bucks. This guy right here is 15. So as expected, he definitely has less paint in him. As you can see, it's just gold right here. All of this is just white. The only additional color is this little red circle right here on the belt. Now, one thing that I will say about Playmates is at the very least they did a better job, even though it is slightly smaller. Here is their basic figure from Hasbro. What I really like about it is that they actually painted all the accessories. It's really nice. On top of that, they give you this really nice power coin stand. While Hasbro, on the other hand, they just give you white plastic for the weapons. And the power coin that they give you is just this cheap little thing with the sticker on it. So yeah, Playmates definitely did better than Hasbro in my opinion. I do wish that these were a little bit bigger, but that's honestly the only complaint that I have. And as I stated before, when it comes to the paint, he's definitely very basic, but at least the most important thing, the teeth. It's like 95% good. Like if you look really close, you definitely can see some imperfections. But again, it's 15 bucks, and for what you're paying, this is definitely adequate. There's only like one little droplet of white paint right there on the chin, but that's about it. Everything else looks pretty good. The same thing goes for the other Rangers. The teeth, they're definitely well painted. They're like 95% well painted. Now, out of the three, I would say that the red one is definitely the cheapest looking one. For the most part, it's just red plastic throughout the whole body. And you do get some white feet, some white arms. Most of the paint is on the wings, but disappointingly, the wings have zero articulation. As you can see, you can't do anything. It is made of soft plastic, but that's about it. Now, when it comes to articulation, these are basic figures after all, so you cannot T-pose, and there's no articulation for the stomach, and there's no neck articulation either. The only thing you can do is rotate the head. The arms can only go circular like this. Here's how much the arms can bend. Here's how much they can kick upwards. And here's how much the knee can bend. The foot can rotate, but that's about it. And they're pretty much the same on all figures. Now what's interesting is that this guy does have a backpack, and fortunately you cannot remove it. As I stated before, this guy has wings but zero articulation to them. And I've noticed when I try to bend this thing, I'm noticing a little like weirdness right here. So I'm kind of wondering if by bending it, it might break eventually. The horns are also made of a soft plastic, so that's pretty nice. So yeah, when it comes to articulation, they're all pretty much the same. Now I do actually have a second complaint, and that has to do with the weapons. Now when it comes to the Green Ranger, they're fine. However, when it comes to the blue and red one, they're definitely on the shorter side. As you can see, they can barely this thing really needed to be just a little bit longer. The same thing goes for the Red Ranger, like it's just so tiny by comparison when it comes to like normally how it's supposed to be. But at least the Green Ranger one is pretty good. And when it comes to the power coins, getting them on there is pretty easily, as you can see. And of course, I forgot to mention this, but he does have these spikes like Godzilla does. Although what's interesting is when it comes to me, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but the helmet, it kind of looks more like Reptar from like the Rugrats than Godzilla, if you ask me. Now my overall thoughts on these figures is that for 15 bucks, they're definitely worth it. Yes, these are basic figures at the end of the day, so you gotta be more reasonable with what you're getting. You know, when it comes to the paint, when it comes to the accessories. However, if you compare it next to what Hasbro gave us with the 35th anniversary, these figures are way better. Definitely Playmates did a way better job so far than it comes to like Hasbro. However, definitely you should get the Green Ranger as soon as possible. He's definitely going to be the hardest after a while and definitely going to be the most expensive. The rest, if you want to wait, I would say wait for a discount if you're really picky. But honestly, for 15 bucks, these figures are definitely worth it. However, I do have one problem with them, and that is the fact that there's no figures at this scale in my collection yet. Hopefully Playmates will, you know, get it out of that Mighty Morphin bubble and actually make figures on other seasons, because for the time being, these guys are just going to go back in the box. If Playmates ever decides to make, you know, like Dino Thunder, SBD, you know, Time Force, or even RPM figures, then these guys are definitely going to look great in that display. But for the time being, they're just going to go back in the box. Alright guys, so now it's time for the size comparisons, and here he is next to my Snail Shell Zombie Grizza and Marvel Legends Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. And here he is next to my Jada Toy Street Fighter Cammy and Guile. And here he is next to my Mofix Marvel Gwenpool and DC Batman Night Crusader. And lastly, here he is next to my official Figure Arts Android 21 and third-party Zeno Goku. Now, if I had to rank these figures, I would say that the blue one is the best one. He has way more color going on, so he has this blue for the armor, he has this lighter blue for the body. On top of it, he has this white gloves and boots. And he has this like purplish grayish color for like the turtle armor, so that looks pretty nice. Yeah, this is definitely the best one out of the three. The worst one is definitely the red one. He's easily plain as hell. As you can see, he's just all red, plastic all over. He does have white gloves and boots, but that's about it. Most of the color is on the wings. So yeah, this is definitely the worst one in my opinion. And when it comes to the green one, of course the Godzilla Ranger, so that makes him the most important one. He's definitely the one that's down the middle. He's not as plain as the red one, but he's not as good as the blue one when it comes to like paint and all that stuff. But when it comes to the articulation, they're all pretty much the same. So honestly, and that's about it when it comes to these 3 figures. I hope you enjoyed, and if you can, please like and subscribe, and I'll be uploading more soon, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.